Okay, now we're here setting things up. Let's see, let's go post. Very nice. We managed to get an end of day debrief in. Let me move my mic a little to the left, or to the right actually. And let's see how it looks after. Like this. 24 hours. Post. Feel free to join. Delete. Very nice. Now let's log on, see how it looks. How does it sound? Does it sound okay? Let's first get the chat going a little. Okay, it works. Very nice. We have to do the chat every single time, I guess. End of day debrief. Very nice. Everything looks good. Okay then. So we'll just wait a little, get things a little rolling, see if anyone wants to join. We need to set things in advance so we don't just instantly time. It's kind of hard to get people notified right away. We should give them times to prepare for our things. But I'm just gonna give the excuse that we're still a work in progress. But yeah, let's see. We can add filters. Great, interesting. And then let's wait a little, see if anyone's gonna join. But what are some things I had on my to-do list first? As we wait for a little more people to join, I'll wait a couple minutes, see if anyone does manage to join, and then we can get started. Oh, we want to see all time zones, every time zone. Because I want to see best times to go live on YouTube. But for us, on weekdays, the peak time is 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Hello, oh, thank you for joining. Hello. You joined already. I'm just setting things up, but glad you can make it out. Yeah, right now I'm just preparing the stream. We just started, so I'm getting things a little set up right now. But just sit back and relax, and we'll be starting very soon. But to start off, I'm looking at time zones right now because I want to see all time zones. Because I know my content now is getting more attention worldwide because YouTube recommends it worldwide, it seems, to everyone. So I'm trying to see what times are best fit to stream and stuff. Because if people do want to make it to the live, but they can't or stuff, I want to see if I can accommodate ever. But sometimes, it won't be possible because most of the time I'll be, it'll be morning for me in my area, and it seems like it'll be night for other people in their areas. But we can always see and check things out. I just want to check that out. And then now I'm looking at peak times for viewership. It says right now, let's see. On weekdays, the peak time for viewership for YouTube is between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. For streamers who want to maximize the audience, the best time to go online are weekends, early mornings, and late nights. Interesting. We can try an early morning stream maybe. But I'll keep this noted. Yeah, okay, seems interesting. Just looking up some stuff. But yes, welcome. Glad you could make it out. This is the end of day debrief. We're doing our second one. Today was it already seems like we've done so many YouTube lives already, but this is actually only our second YouTube live and our only second end of day debrief. I actually was not going to log on today to do end of day debrief because I had some things going on, but turns out we had some time, so we just started a little later. So we'll see, maybe starting a little later today will work in our benefit, or maybe not. And maybe more people that didn't get a join can join today, and but whatever the case is, but glad you're here. Hopefully you can stay, or it's up to you, whatever you want. I'm not trying to hold anyone captive, of course. But let's just begin then. So for today's end of day debrief, what did I do today? So today I played Rocket League. Yes, Rocket League. It was our first time playing Rocket League. It went well for the most part. We had some lag, but it's because now I tried out some new settings in OBS where I'm now streaming and recording, and I changed some of the settings, so maybe that had stuff to do with it. I'm not entirely sure, but it went well. Yeah, that game is definitely hard. It was difficult. It was definitely it's interesting, but it's definitely difficult because you're in a car and you're trying to hit like the football around, as it normally called like football originally, but in America it's called soccer. But we'll address it as football, just to cover our bases. But yeah, that game's difficult. It's very interesting. The person that probably thought of the game, they had they were thinking outside the box, that's for sure. But yeah, I think I am going on the track now to try different things all the time. I think the direction I want to take the channel in now, from like the advice I was given yesterday and everything, is like, one of the appeals is that I try new things. So I think I'm going to be trying new types of games and stuff each day. But that's one of the problems I'm facing right now, is what to play exactly, what games to face. Because I know there's plenty of games to play. It's just that I get stuck on which ones to pick because I have kind of my own format to I can't really explain my format because I don't really have one, but I like to pick certain types of games with certain types of formats I meant. Not formattings, formats. Because like some of the games all the games I played so far, most of them tend to be competitive PvP or some type of game mode where you go in, you can start then finish the game. And that makes it a lot easier to have a shooter FPS type games. Yeah. I'm not the greatest at any of them. As you can tell, I tried them before. In my past videos, I've tried like, I had my Apex game, I was on my little Valorant grind. I tried Modern Warfare already, Fortnite. Oh yeah, that's the thing too. We need to stay on top of the trends. I don't even know what trends there are because there's so much going on. I don't really check the news as much for gaming, not news as politics, as in gaming. I need to like see what's big, but also not get so focused on going for the big things, because we just need to focus on doing whatever we're gonna do and not necessarily get distracted, because anyways we'll probably get even if we try, I think we have nothing to lose no matter what content we put out, because we'll be probably very small regardless and probably getting very little views regardless. So it's to more focus on my direction and my channel and doing what I want, rather than focusing so much on going on what's hype and the trends, because I could try and go for the hype and the trends, but we could still get washed out in the same way of me just trying something different, something that no one's done before, played a game that no one really plays, and still maybe get very small views, but we would at least have tried something else, and we never know. So we have that to work on. As you can see, I've been trying to think of things. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of thinking and building, but not really, because I've been really lazy. Honestly, I've been slacking. I always say this every day. I'm like, I've been slacking. I gotta get to work because I don't stream. I don't stream very long, and my video edits they're getting lazier. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's the grind. It's the grind for sure. The video editing is getting harder because I don't stream very long, but I've been streaming longer than usual. I've been going around like an hour, but before I'd only go like 20-30 minutes, maybe hour max. But it seems like I've been going an hour, maybe an hour and a half now. But I typically, when I notice, because I like to just do the highlight. Okay, so here's the differentiation, right? So when it comes to live streaming and YouTube, like here's how I build my videos from what I've learned. So at the beginning when I started, I just didn't do any editing. I just played the game, put it out there. But like that's boring. No one wants to watch that. Because here's how I format. I say, if people want to see the whole thing, then they can join me live. That's for them. If they can join me live, then I format the live like that, as in full gameplay. And then I make it so then the YouTube should be the highlights. It should be all the juicy parts, the cool parts, the things that people want to the things that people want to see. So it's like then you can choose. So it's like that's how I put my editing. That's how I narrow down my editing more. I try to just keep it the highlights, just the the top things that happen in the game. But that's why when playing different games, it's hard to make the YouTube videos because you don't have many highlights. So if you don't have any highlights, then you have to, play longer, because the longer you play, the more chances you'll get of you getting something. So I think like average to get my videos though have been only 46 minutes. I think to get a 10-minute video on a brand new game I have no clue about, I'd have to probably play an hour and a half to 2 hours. That'd be safe zone. An hour would be minimum. Because you think an hour of content is a lot, but it actually is not. Depending on what you're doing, how you're playing. But yeah, I'm still reassessing what to do, what types of I feel like I'm going in circles all the time, but you should just try and see how it goes. Yeah, definitely. We're still in our beta phase, if that's what you want to call it. The very, very small, nothing to lose, type thing. But I always do get self-conscious because you're always just like, we do want to try it, but it would be great to kind of get bigger. But we don't want to compromise our entire identity just to get a little bit more views. We want to still stay true to who we are. But we also want to put in the effort to see, it's not going to just be a straight path that's, hey, we're just going to do whatever we want and not care about anything and just do. Well, you could do that. Technically, actually, you could do that, but you would have to be, once again, that's the grind part. Once you're in that zone, it's like, okay, I found what I want. Then you're gonna it's just more grind and grind and see what happens type thing. And I think that's the area I'm in. It's not so much the, what's it called? Like the quality, everything matters, but it's beginning phase is the big grind phase, because that's the wheedle. I'd say the wheedle out phase is saying who's gonna last and who's not, and saying like, I haven't even done it long enough to even have really, what's it called, like any type of complaints yet, because I think there's a prerequisite to see, okay, you at least have to stream, I don't even know, a couple months before you can say, okay, now I'm like a beginner. If you haven't, I've only streamed for like 2 weeks. Well, on this channel, I've only streamed 2 weeks. The other channels I streamed for like, I don't know, 2 months. But like overall, I don't think I've really reached a threshold yet where I should be like, oh, we should reassess now. I think right now we're once again the beta phase and saying, okay, we should just be trying everything because we have the luxury to, and we have nothing to lose because we barely get any views. Don't really have any solid base yet. So might as well, because it's like, who cares if people are saying, I don't like that content, I don't like this. It's like, we get such little views that it's not gonna be any big shifts. You may lose a couple subscribers, but we don't have many subscribers. You may lose a couple views, we don't have many views, so it doesn't really matter. It's more important to establish myself as my personality instead of just sacrificing all that for just, I don't know, 100 more views. But then you don't know, maybe the algorithm works in your favor, maybe it doesn't. But it's a see. But I'm excited. I think tomorrow, I still don't know what I'm going to play. I think I'm going to play PUBG tomorrow. I was going to play PUBG or Bloons Tower Defense 6. But I need more influx of games. Because now I'm thinking of, should we start breaking into the indie games? Because right now my plan is to stick to free games or games I have. Because I think investment-wise, right, business aspect, there's no point in buying all the new $60 games because we could take the chance in that, right? There's the new Street Fighter 6, if that's the correct game. There's the new Street Fighter 6. There's the new Diablo. There's a bunch of new games really hot right now, really, really hot. But once again, hyper competitive. All the top streamers are already getting their feet in it. They're already taking their share. And also, I'm not going to buy a game that I'm going to play for, I don't know, maybe a very short amount of time that costs that much money. And the cost to reward benefit would not be worth it in the end because I would feel pressured to always buy the new games. But once again, I don't have the funds for that type of stuff. So I think that this, it would make sense for a gamer, a true gamer to do this, to do that strat, to play all the new games or whatever, because they were probably going to buy it anyways. But I'm not a true gamer. I am more business minded, which is not the thing people want to hear when they're talking to a streamer and stuff. They're like, we want to see someone passionate. We want to see someone, into the games. Like, I am interested, but to be honest, I'm just like, I'm just chilling. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm just more focused on content and getting my voice out there than I am, getting that viral highlight clip, if that makes sense. So I think my rules are going to be, I'm going to stick to only free games or games I already have now, or games that I probably would have bought. For now, free is more than fine until you make profit. Exactly, because I want to think of it logically, okay? Because I could be sacking all the money now, right? In hopes, gambling, that it will work out. But then I'll be pressured to constantly buy all the new games because once again, I just checked today. I didn't even know there's what is it? The Summerfest game thing dropped today, and there's a bunch of new stuff. I didn't even know what that was. And I was like, man, I got to get on top of this. I should have done a reaction video. But then I don't know how to do reaction videos either. So, and I don't want to get copyrighted. But I think that's what I say. Keeping up with the trends is important because I can start to get into the loop of those things and then hopefully get my place to be one of those places that people watch for those type of things. But I was like, man, that would have been an opportunity to start doing a reaction because I saw on Twitch and YouTube a bunch of people reacting, but I need to look more into how to do that because I have no clue. I don't want to get copyrighted. Of course, I want people to get their credit, and I don't want to, YouTube to copyright me for any reason that it would be unnecessary for. So I want to make sure those things are covered first before stepping into that. But yeah, so like you have an influx of games, but yeah, they're all very expensive. It's all a gamble, and I'm saying like I'd rather go to smaller markets right now because there's a website I used to play for my other channels, right? I had my horror channel and I had my like relaxation channel and stuff, and on those channels I would play. Excuse me. I would play games from a place called itch.io. So itch.io is the big game place for all the small upcoming developers and everyone that wants to make their own video games. That's where they post their games on itch.io, and that's where you get to get a bunch of free games that are made by indie companies, indie developers, or whatever that may be. And that's what I would make my content off. And it was good, it was solid, but once again, I had a lot of burnout. But I like that idea, so I may start playing some more of those games, but I'm not going to be playing any horror for the most part, unless I'm getting paid or unless it's something that's manageable or something real, like people are like, please, Fruitler, play this. I will do anything. Please play this. And then a lot of people are saying that maybe, but for the most part, no. I was a really big fan of all the calm, chill games. And because my direction for those channels were to build a connection with all the indie developers, that people that want to be upcoming, because I was small too, right? So I would kind of reach out to all of them, comment on their games, give them great ratings, 5 stars, everything, in hopes of creating a community through that way. And that was I was on a good path, but once again, I got tired. I got lazy. I didn't really know what to do. It was getting really tough, really tough. And so I decided to take this new pivot. We started this channel. Because once again, this channel, regardless of any of the content, I will always have my brand, which I love. So at least I have something to hold on and look forward to. So that way it's not so much a battle of what content, what things. It's saying, okay, I have a brand to push. We can focus on that and maybe build content around that. Or we can play the game, or we can do something else. But these are just some of the thoughts I'm thinking. As you can tell, there's no real direction. It's kind of just mumble jumble. You're just saying, this guy just saying a bunch of word salad. It's like, man, can he slow down with the ideas? But this is some of the thinking. This is why I have my end of day debrief, just to get this out there, and so people can hear me out and probably be annoyed by it and be like, I'm never coming to end of day debrief ever again. I don't even know if people like it. People probably see end of day debrief right now. They're like, oh man, what is this? They joined. They're like, I'm leaving. And then, but that's fine. Once again, this is mainly for me, just to talk, get my ideas out there. And maybe if anyone wants to connect or anyone wants to join in, hear what I have to say, that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Because once again, even thinking of this idea, end of day debrief, is already a gamble in itself. this is already something very different. It could be something that can negatively affect the channel. It can be something that positively affects the channel. And saying I don't really know. By saying, do I like it? Do I, maybe is there potential? Then sure, then why not keep doing it? And most of the comments seem to be that people do like, even though the comments have been very small, like only one or two, maybe three people have comments saying, hey, I like the end of day debriefs. I'm like, okay, well, that's good enough for me to continue going. Because as long as some people like it, that's worth it. But if no one is interested, then I'll be like, okay, I should reassess what's going on. But if at least one person, that's kind of my thing. It's like if at least one person likes the video, regardless of what I put out, it's like, okay, there's maybe potential. But if everyone's disliking and stuff, it's like, okay, let's not take that to heart. Let's just say, hey, we need a revamp. That's just a sign that's saying, people aren't hating on you necessarily. It's saying, hey, maybe we should take a step and see, reconsider what we're doing, figure out a new plan and readjust from there. But being such a small channel, it's very hard because you don't get those type of analytics. You don't get those type of views, so you don't get those type of responses really. It's like you get one or two responses, right? And then one will be positive and one will be very negative and saying, okay, that doesn't tell me much. I'm saying I got one person saying, I hate the thing, I hate your content, and another person saying, this is the greatest thing ever. But at the end of the day, it's just two people. That does not give me a clear indicator if I'm on the right path. And because that's why it's like, I'd rather get let's say 100,000 views and like every single person dislike it and maybe like 10 people like it, right? So it's saying, okay, man, this was a big this video definitely did not get the attention of a lot of people, but it seemed there's a small amount of people that do like it. Maybe we just need to pivot and tailor a little to maybe the audience more, or maybe completely pivot to a different sector and get more of the 10 like people, the people that liked it. Maybe focus on trying to find those type of sectors and placing our content there, readjusting the hashtags, the titles, and the thumbnails for those things, so we avoid those type of other people that do not like it so much. Because there's a lot of things to consider. Because yeah, a lot of people out there, and you don't need everyone in the world to like you. You just need an X amount of followers. And I think once you hit a certain point in your channel, then you can be chilling, if that makes sense. As in, like, if you're getting a consistent number, let's say you're not PewDiePie, you're not Mr. Beast, right? But you don't need to be those guys to make a living off of this, and you don't need to be those guys to make a good living. You can make a good living and stuff by creating your own community, but it has to be decent size. Not insanely big, but decent and dedicated, that's for sure. And to get that means you have to put in a lot of work. You have to put in a lot of effort to see the people that are going to be supporting you. You need to give them something in return, because you can't just expect people to, support you, buy your merch, buy everything if you're not providing anything. It doesn't work like that. It's a two-way street. I view this as a business, and do you like the end of day debriefs? Yeah. I started the end of day debriefs, I think a couple of days, or maybe like right as I started streaming, like right when I made the channel and stuff. I think a couple of days after, I think I started doing end of day debriefs just for a time, just to speak my mind, get out there. And because I take it as this, like when I play in the morning or afternoon, my games, I take that time as more content creation. I try to interact with the viewers, but that's more time for the games, more intense things, and just like kind of focusing on the gameplay and my commentary, right? But I set end of day debrief as more of an end of day thing for me to reassess what I'm doing, to kind of speak my mind. And if anyone's joins, it's kind of like, so you can hear who Fruitler is, what my ideas are, what you will be, supporting, who you're supporting, what ideas, and just to get out there and try. I like to talk back and forth with people too to get ideas, because once again, I had to support my family and everything, but once again, I'm building this kind of alone. I edit everything, I set up all the streams, everything. But it's nothing special. I don't do anything special once again. It's like, oh man, he's working so hard and stuff. It's like, no, 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 don't get that type of idea. The other streamers and stuff put in a lot more work than I do. I have it pretty easy, but I am quite a beginner at all this stuff. So just to set it aside, and I don't know. I don't really see many other people doing this type of thing where they set time to the side and do this, and I don't really know if that's because it's no one likes these type of things, or or I shouldn't even be doing these type of things, but who knows? It's like once again, it doesn't really matter. We're just trying our own things, but that's kind of how it came about, sort of, and just to get more. I don't really have an exact answer. I can't really tell you exact answer of why I do any of the things I really do, but at least it's here. That's what I can say affirmatively. Like, we're hosting one right now, so it got here somehow, and we're here right now. So that's all I can really give. But yeah, that's kind of why I developed it. I didn't really give you. I'm sorry, I didn't really give you a clear-cut answer. I was just kind of just saying a bunch of things. True, as long as it works. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, once again, this was more for me. It's like I wanted more time to get out there and just speak my mind, and if anyone wanted to hear it, I would. That's why I do it live, because it's like, oh, then why not just do it off screen? Because no, I wanted to still, see what it can develop with the viewers, with all y'all as well. I didn't want to just speak to myself all the time, and see if people join, get interested. So that seems to be my format for now, as of now, because my format is pretty much just do my game first, edit, do my game for X amount of hours, afternoonish, 1 o'clock p.m. PST. Then I'll finish in an hour or two or whatever. And then I'll go edit for an hour or two. And then I will, and then I go just chill, eat or whatever. And then I come at nighttime, PST time, maybe like, I could go as early as 5 p.m. and as late as like 7 p.m. for the end of day debrief, and that's where I just talk, and I don't really have any set schedule or any time for this. This is no structure. Once again, this end of day debrief is for me to like not have to worry about anything. It's like I'm not worried about making this a video. Well, like these will go onto YouTube now, but I'm not worried about focusing on content or anything. It's just for me just to be free, just to get, it's my free time, if that makes sense. It's free time for me, and if a viewer wants to join anything, we can flow off at anything. I'm not have anything structured necessarily. So it's my time just to do whatever I want. Because my other things are more structured, and it's like I have more in my plan, got to get those things done. But then this time is more just time just to do whatever, practice my streaming more, get to talk more if I want to try new concepts, and things like that. I set aside this time for that. But who knows, hopefully we'll be developing into more things. And maybe our streams can be more consecutive, because proper streamers, right, or like the top streamers, they will be on for a long period of time, and they're really good at transitioning topics. So it's always content, it's always high momentum, as in they have pauses and stuff, but they will always be moving on to more content. And that's my thing I struggle with, is like I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know how to transition into another topic as fast as they do, because they kind of just have some type of flow. Yeah, they always work, and it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, and like they're working and they're always doing something. Yeah, it's definitely mental fortitude. That is for sure. This is a big mental game. It's also a big physical game. Yet to be healthy. Physically, mentally, spiritually, everything, you gotta be strong in general. I'm like, it seems easy. It seems like, oh man, this is just whatever. I'm like, this is no different than going and working to your 9 to 5. You're like, you are gonna have to put in hours. You're gonna have to put in a lot of work. I'm saying, so if you think it's just a breeze, then you're in for a treat, because it's no different than the real world. I'm like, it's highly competitive. And if you really think about it, right? If you want to start YouTubing and streaming, right? I'm not saying it's a competition, but if you really want to think about it, it's like everyone can look at a video, right? I'm saying people can always make time, but you know, there's only X amount of time in the day and there's only X amount of content people will view, right? So it's saying, theoretically, you're going up against Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, all the top streamers, because they're taking a bulk of people's time. I'm saying, it's not a competition, but it also is. It's saying you have to be just as good as them or better if you want those type of views and those type of content, because they've built that community already. I'm saying, and then you kind of have to go up against that, because saying you need views, you need community, you need all this stuff. So it's a lot of those things, but at the same time, you just need to worry about yourself, because people can always make extra time for you. I'm saying YouTube and stuff and streaming, you know, I heard like if people like you as a streamer, they will open tabs for you. They will watch multiple streamers. They will make time for you. Trust me, they will make time for you if they really enjoy your content. So that is yeah, that's facts for sure. They will, if they enjoy your content, they will find you and give you support no matter what. And I'm saying for YouTube as well, you know, a Mr. Beast video is only like 10-20 minutes. What are they going to do with the rest of the videos and stuff? They can fit you in. You can always be fit into other people's groups, so you don't have to focus necessarily on that competition thing. But it's also to keep in mind, it's like that is also what you're going up against. If you really want to think of it, what it takes to be a streamer and what it takes to be a YouTuber, like the fundamentals of it is like these are the people you're going against, because you also are competing for views and subscribers against these people at the end of the day. But yeah, we just got to focus on ourselves, growing personally, growing the channel, getting ideas. I still have so much things to work on. So many it's hard because you don't know what to do. You know? That's the most difficult thing about content creation and streaming and stuff, is that you have so much freedom that you could do whatever you want, but that's the problem. You can do whatever you want, so how do you know what to do? It's like it's not really like clear-cut rules or anything. Would you just try playing games that get views, or you like more variety? See, I've tried that. I've tried games that play for views and stuff, and like I don't know, because once again, I also forget one big factor about me that holds me down. And the one big factor about me is that I'm not a gamer. And that is something that I remind myself of, because I'm like, wait, I can just play all these games and stuff, right? But I remember I'm bad at games, and also I get very burnt out. So how these other people like grind the games and stuff, like it rejuvenates them. They like it and stuff. I like games and stuff, but not to the extent that it is giving me fuel to continue. Because when let's say I played Valorant, League of Legends, right? Trying those new games, I'd like them, but it drains me. And each game drains me even more. Like I'll go into one Valorant game, right? And then it'll be like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. And then I'm so drained, and then I go into another, and you know, but other guys would be like rejuvenated, you know, energized, or at least, you know, they were going to play that anyways. Yeah, it is tiring. You know, gaming is tiring. It takes effort. It takes effort. But so I don't really, that's the whole problem with my channel. I don't know. Yeah, me too. And I can, and the plan is to obviously build up to that as well, especially if I get bigger. People may want to see me longer and stuff. But it's the thing is, like, I didn't come into this with any niche. I didn't come into this with a love for gaming or anything. I came into this for love for building up my my persona, which is kind of egotistical. If that, like, I was more interested in becoming a figure than I was becoming a content creator. Because, like, you know, the top streamers and stuff, like, they're not necessarily known exactly for their content. They're mostly known for them. They're kind of mini celebrities if you think about it, right? Yeah. So it's like, because I came in with that, right, idea, it was like, I'm focused on Fruitler and the brand more and growing that. But it's very hard to start off with that, because it's what a lot of the people do, right, when they come into streaming and stuff or whatever, is that they have a certain niche they do. They get really good or they get really popular in it, right? And then once you get past that grind at the beginning, then late game, right? At the end, once you're really big, you can transition to whatever. That's typically how the progression seems to me. Is that once you're big enough, and you can see this with a bunch of the big streamers, you can see this with a bunch of the big YouTubers, that they can transition into whatever they please. And that's like I call it's like diversity streaming, right? It's like you could do whatever you want, but starting off as a diversity streamer is very difficult because no one knows who you are, so they don't really care. So it's like you have not established yourself enough for people to determine if they like you or not, and they don't know what you do exactly, right? Because you're not really known for anything. So you don't have enough eyes and opinions on yourself yet to really bring the community along with you. Because people will most likely click on a video of yours because they're interested in that topic. But once they realize that this guy is not playing the topic that I'm interested in, then I'm not really concerned because I don't really care for who they are. Because there's a bunch of people that are streaming all the time and stuff. So it's like, what makes this guy so different? But my strat right now, my tactic is to once again not go viral off the back. It seems the way I'm gonna grow is that I put out a new video here and there, right? I want to break into all sectors, right? I want to infiltrate all the games and stuff, right? And saying grab 1 or 2 people. If I can get 1 or 2 people from each video, right, that becomes genuinely interested in me and wants to stay around for me, then they'll most likely stay around for any of the content I do. And I have some people like that already. They're like, we're interested in Fruitler. And they're like, it doesn't matter what you play. We're going to be around. We'll be sticking around. So I'm saying, seems like I can gather some people like that. So I feel like my growth is going to be very small, right? At the beginning, it's going to be a heavy grind. We're going to be gambling a lot. No, and do not gamble. I'm not talking about gambling as in, throwing your money away in Vegas. I'm talking taking risk in the development and growth of Fruitler, the channel. I say we're going to be trying a bunch of things. Risky things that, people may like or may not like. But I'm doing that in an essence to push myself and see who likes my personality and who wants to become a board of that. And then if we can get 1 or 2 people, pick them up each time, then we'll eventually snowball in the end. So it's a big, very small growth at the beginning, long grind. It's going to take a lot longer to get a community. But once we start to get things rolling, then later it should snowball further, and then we can transition more into a bigger figure and stuff. But once again, this is all hypotheticals. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'll probably change my mind. If you don't know, I like to change my mind all the time. I'm very finicky. I don't really know what direction I want to take. I get very antsy. I get antsy. I get nervous. I get like, oh man. I get self-conscious of what's right and what's wrong. And yeah. As you can already tell, this is what, your second time? You found me yesterday or something, right? Since the channel, I'm not exactly sure. But there's always new faces. Everyone's always saying, it's very different. I like it. I like it having these, small times. Just do you. I enjoy the vids. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's the whole point. Like, it's more discovery of myself because I don't really know what I want to do in life. I explained this yesterday briefly. It's like I'm still figuring out what I want to do, how I want to develop as a person, because that's one of my big problems, one of my big questions I'm answering right now. Because I don't know. I don't really have any exact passions and drives, or I'm not really called to any area particularly, really. So it's saying you have to put in a lot of work to find out then. If you don't know, then you have to put a lot of work. You have to try things. So that's kind of the phase I'm in. But I love to jump around, as you can tell. When things don't work out, I tend to like to quit and leave rather than trying to stick with it and solve it. Because that only makes sense, but it takes work. And I don't like work, but that's why I'm not successful. Because you got to get used to it. You got to get used to the work because you will face the work eventually. You're going to face it regardless of anything you do. I say this all the time. That's my number one problem, is that I always try to avoid the work. I always try to find the easy way and stuff, right? And then by doing that, I create more work for myself. It's very, very ironic. It really is. trying to find the like, do you have a side hustle? No, I tried things. This is kind of my side hustle. Well, this is my main hustle. I tried a lot of things, but no, this is my main thing I'm focusing on right now. This is what I'm putting my efforts into. Because once again, this is my main focus. I tried side hustles and stuff like that's it's interesting, but I like more of finding a main hustle. It's like it's better just to invest everything in one thing. But I know I'm in a better position than other people. Other people don't really have this type of luxury just to try, use their time, try different things. Everyone's swamped for money, their situations, economic situations, their environments, different things. I totally understand that. So, but it's like I'm in this position now, and the worst thing I could do right now would be to waste it. I have this free time. I don't have much time yet because if, things don't work out soon, then I'll have to pivot. But I have time now, so I've always wanted to try but never committed. I envy you. No, definitely don't envy me or anything. It's like don't be, sad about that. It's fine. There's like everyone has their different reasons and stuff. My whole thinking is that, I'd rather try now and fail than just wait till whatever, cuz I've always had this mentality I want to get big and stuff, right? But you don't get big by doing nothing. And so it's like if I don't know, then, we got to try something to figure it out. And this is all this is all with the chances that this may not work. And you have to know this because everyone has similar dreams and not everyone can be the top. But it's to focus less on that and say, let's try. I don't care about the percent. I don't care about, the probability of us being successful is 0.001. It doesn't matter. It's saying I'm interested in how to get it done. And what does it take? Because, I feel like I have a long way to grow, but I feel like I've grown a lot more than I have in the past because when I was like, when I'm younger and stuff, I was way more immature. And like, if I got big then, I would have came crashing down. I wasn't ready, to be honest. Because if you really saw, I feel like if I really saw myself, what it took to be successful, what it took to where I wanted to go, like the path would be so immense. And I'd just seeing the distance probably would be, I wouldn't even be able to see how far it is because it'd be so much work I'd have to do. And that's one of the benefits too of not knowing. Because if you had a clear roadmap and saying this is what you have to do to get where you want, exactly where you want, most people would probably quit. Because it'd be like, what if the roadmap was you have to work 10 years straight every day, 10 hours a day? Would you do that? And it's like, you guarantee become successful then? But would you do that? I'm saying, I don't think I could even try and do that. But that's why there's always growth. You have to be growing too, sometimes our best isn't good enough and that's just how it is. But it's to not be discouraged by that, saying, I know people try very hard, they try their best, they try everything and it doesn't work out. But sometimes your best is not good enough then. So you have to go back and kind of rebuild a bigger base so you can fill more things in it, if that makes sense. Because yes, your old self was maxed out on stats, but you could get to max level 10 when the thing you had to face was level 100. So you're going to have to go back, increase the potential you can go by laying down a better base, more things for you to do, and then make it so you can get to level 100 and then work it back up. But this is kind of just my thinking, what I understand I had to do, because I've laid a pretty bad base for myself overall. Like I didn't really try that much and stuff. It's like you take the easy way out. Once again, if you take the easy way out, you will eat it in the end. I'm not lying about this. If you don't work hard, you'll get exposed. And like the people, I've gotten my way through things very easily and stuff, and it comes to bite you in the end because there'll be a time when you're gonna have to work. It's like you got to the place where you wanted to, but you're not ready for it. And now you have to really face it. You're like, man, I can't do this. It's like, of course you can't, because you cheesed your way there. And now you actually have to face with what it is, and you're like, man, I am not ready. So you have to go back, restudy, relearn everything from the beginning. And you could have done this the first time. But that's okay. I was just like immature and stuff, and now we got to go back and restart. And that's just life. But it's definitely try and see these things. I'm just saying out loud. Don't take anything I say personally, or like just take it with a grain of salt, because I just like to mumble. Once again, do what you want to do. Live how you want to live. I'm just speaking this more for me, not for the viewers. The viewers are just here to, listen to me go crazy type thing. But it's just to share some of my thoughts, and if you can resonate with any of it, that's you could take whatever you want as well. That's why it's the end of day debrief. Kind of. That's why I have this. It's just to get out there, because it's like it's cool. I feel like from your guys' perspective, anyone that the small amount of people that do by chance end up seeing these things, they get to see, man, this Fruitler guys, this is his bottom, his lowest right now. And you get to see that unfold and see if I can get big or not, or if I just fail and leave the channel by tomorrow. You get to see this in real time, and I think that's pretty cool. You get to see it's like a vlog. It's like I'm vlogging, but not showing you anything or doing anything. It's just updating you. Updating you with what? I don't really know. I'm not really updating you with anything. I'm kind of just saying each time, hey, our numbers are looking bad. The channel's looking bad. I don't know what to do. And I kind of just log on and say that every day, because we are not expecting any big changes because it's only been a day each time. But maybe if I can keep at it long enough, and we can get enough supporters, then one day we'll be like, hey, today's end of day debrief is some good news. We're actually monetized or something, or we have a chance, or that'd be awesome. And then you'd all be like, hey, Fruitler, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And I'd be like, I don't know. Because that's the crazy thing about this. You could probably see exactly every day, log every day how my channel goes, what I do, everything, right? And then you could say, hey, how'd you get big? How'd you grow? And I would still be like, I don't know. That's the whole crazy thing about YouTube streaming and everything. You don't know. You could copy, if I got successful, right, really big, you could copy exactly what I did to the T, and you could get terrible results. Or you could get great results, even better than me. You don't know, really. That's why this field is so strange. It's so strange because it has so much potential, but it has so much, risk. It's really, really interesting. It's very interesting because you could put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it and get nowhere. And then you could put, someone could just put something random up, like a picture of a pancake with googly eyes, and then get millions of views. And saying, I don't like the job, but I respect it. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. There's a lot. It's definitely interesting. Yeah, it's I don't even, what was I saying? I don't even remember. But there's a lot of things. It's very there's a lot of things to consider when doing this. Once again, I'm very small. I'm just speaking whatever. Don't take everything I say with a grain of salt. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm very, very young into this. And if you want real advice, you can easily just look up from the pros. They list it all the time. There may be a secret. There may be great advice out there, and I just too lazy to find it and stuff, and that's on me. But yeah, it's a lot to keep saying and stuff and repeating myself, but there's a lot to do. A lot of unknowns, but yeah, stuff like that. I don't know what I'm really saying. I feel like I'm boring y'all. I'm scaring y'all. They're like, what is he saying? I don't get it. I don't get it either. That's why I do my end of day debriefs, just to kind of get my things out there so people can say, hey, time to unsubscribe. Time to unsubscribe to this guy, man. They say, man, when's he gonna play a game? I'm saying, I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna do any of our stuff. And I may play a game tomorrow, and you may hate it. And I may hate it too. Who knows? There's so many things to think about, consider. But I do think these are good. These end of day debriefs. I sometimes get tired and say, man, is it really worth it? Is anyone gonna log on? And I need to work on my scheduling. My scheduling is all over the place. I don't have any exact times yet. That's why it's so poor on my part. It's like, how can I expect everyone to attend when I don't give them time? So I need to work on that. But it's still gonna be janky for a while, and but just be looking out. If anyone does want to join my lives, you don't have to. You can always do the recordings, or you don't have to view it all. That's fine. It's I tend to do the evenings like 1 p.m. ish, 12 to 1 p.m. ish, starting my live stream for my game. That's when I game. And then 5 p.m. to, yeah. Yeah, I should. But like once again, it's like I have things to set up, but yeah, definitely getting into the group. But also I want to also and then what was but end of day debriefs would be like 5 p.m. around to the latest 7 p.m. or like how long they take and topics to talk might be cool. Yeah, definitely. You know, once again, there's a lot of things to develop because the community is very small. I don't really have any ideas. But once again, the end of day debrief kind of just free flow for now. I just like to talk and get out there, but definitely if you keep joining, you'll probably be like, man, this guy keeps saying the same stuff every time. And then you'll be like, yep, that's it for me. See ya, Fruidler. I'll be like, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. But yeah, because I need to get more strict, because once again, it's gonna take a long time for me to get into specific things, because I also want to try different times too, because I noticed that a lot of my viewers are different time zones. They are sometimes when I'm in the morning, like that's their nighttime and that's when they're up, and then when I stream during my time, they're asleep. So I want to be mindful of that and just try different times, try different things. And it's kind of just like one of those things, if I'm live, it's just like you can join if you want, and if you can't, there's no pressure, no worry. And then of course we want to attract new people through the lives too and see what we can do. And then the videos are there just for anyone to see. That's why I like YouTube. It's like you can leave the video up and anyone can view it anytime. So there is no rush or timetable for that. So the lives are not really pressured for anything. Live is just more advertising and more an extra added thing that I do. It's not a necessary thing. It doesn't have to, I don't have to have any viewers in it. It just so I can have an extra way. Cause I told you, once again, my content is not the type of content that focuses heavily on editing. It's not, big production, high production, because I don't know how to do that. And I won't ever be competitive enough to get to that sector really good. I could, but I'm too lazy and that's not my focus right now. But my content can thrive more in the live stream area, I feel. Because live stream, personally, I think you could produce lower content but get bigger bang for your buck, because you're sacrificing the content more for the interaction and personality. And people like that. Once again, streaming and content creation are different sectors and they have different pros, different cons. But so I think I thrive more in the live sector. And then after I do the live, I then can convert that into a slightly edited, more highlight, maybe some type of funny edit type thing, and create content out of that. And that was the type of video I was going to make anyways. So now I'm getting double bang for my buck type thing. Because I do get the luxury, it is more luxurious not having the pressure of going live, because you get to retake, you get to reassess things, you get to plant things. If you want to say something funny, you can time it, you can act it out. And streaming, you don't get that luxury. It's a more free flow. But once again, for me personally, I don't do anything special off screen that I need to be like, oh, I'm not going to feel that bad if I miss something, right? It's like I could have planted something really funny there. It won't give me as much reward So I don't focus on that. I focus more on just being bigger personality and just developing my acting and like, personality and communication skills more live. So I'm practicing more on becoming becoming a live streamer, if that makes sense. And you have to practice at that too. It's not just, oh, I'm going live. Just like me for who I am. No, it's practice. You have to practice talking, practice commentary, practice, sometimes adding your funny thing or planting if you want some certain things to say, getting used to that. But that comes with time and skill. Once again, this is not something that happens overnight. These are things you have to work on, and it just finding the direction you want to kind of go. Yeah. It can be a character. Some people are actual characters. Once again, some people do develop certain, like they will be, what is his name? Dr. Disrespect, right? He's one of the biggest one of the biggest live YouTubers, I believe, right? And he is a character, and he does that all live. He's putting on a live show. He's a live entertainer, essentially, right? And that's the type of thing you can do. But for me, it's not so much that. It's more just mine's just trying to connect with the community more and just giving my personality out there, because I'm not necessarily trying to be a character. I'm trying to just bring more life to Fruitler and show Fruitler as a person. This is who I am type thing. And that's kind of the direction I'm going for. And that can be, positive or negative. I don't know. There's a lot of things to figure out, but yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. But being a character definitely is helpful. It helps you stick out for sure if you develop an entire persona. But it also can have pros and cons, because it can have high rewards, but then the cons is like sometimes you get tired. Sometimes you don't want to play that character. Sometimes you just want to be yourself, but then if you break out a character, they're like, "Who? We don't care about that guy. We want the other guy." And it's like, I don't want to. So it depends, maybe, because I also want to do things. Once again, I also want to do things with my mascot, my quote unquote employees here. These 5 on the screen. These guys that give me so much trouble. I also want to incorporate them as well. And maybe because I'm the name, I'm Fruitler, I serve as the name and the voice, but I want them to serve as the face. So that's the direction I'm going. So they're going to be my characters. I don't know how I'm going to take that to the next level, because it takes a lot to add more than that. Because let's say I want to make VTuber models. Let's say I want to make voice actors for them. Let's say I want to make them moving, animation, pixel arts, all these things. Endless potential, but this can get very expensive, very, very difficult to think of. You're going to need, a lot of creativity. And that's one of the things I try to focus on, especially with the brand. These are the things I want to provide for y'all, but it will take a lot of time, and I'm very, very far from that. That is a couple months to years down along the way. Right now, the only focus is to grow the brand a little more and hopefully get monetized sometime. I'm giving the goal to get monetized by August, but I already know that is very, most likely 99% chance not going to happen, but that is best case scenario. I can get monetized on YouTube by August, but most likely I'll have to wait till the end of the year. It'll probably take to the end of the year if I want to get monetized, unless something very lucky happens. And then after that, if we have a chance, then maybe looking how far. And that's just to say if we make it. This is to say if we can make it. If I don't, something comes up or whatever, and things change, because things always can change. My scenario can change. Maybe my time is up and this was all I got. And so I don't know. So I take it day by day, and I got to take even more advantage of that now, because I don't know what the future will hold for me. But for right now, we got to be pushing, because I definitely don't want to give up on this yet. I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of things that I can work on. So that's the goal, to see how far. Because I get always so caught up on the vision and stuff that I forget that, hey, we're not even close to there. We barely have anything right now. We need to focus first on, making our next video, rather than, hey, how are we gonna make the merch and stuff? It's like, yo, we're not even thinking of any of that stuff. We got to think of what's tomorrow's video. That should be the focus. Because I can barely get that done. But yeah, tomorrow we're probably gonna be playing some PUBG. I may start playing some random games too. So I do apologize in advance if people start getting bored. They want to leave. They're like, man, this guy is just trying whatever. I may be playing some chess. I may be playing some checkers. I may be playing some random game on the internet. I may be playing some random indie games on the internet. I may be playing some story games. Who knows? I may be doing reaction videos. I may be doing anything. But, you know, maybe that's a positive thing. You don't know what you're going to get on this channel. It may be bad and it may be good, but you don't know what you're going to get. So you got to stay. That'll be it. You got to stay tuned. You got to like, comment, subscribe because you don't know what you're going to get. And then you're going to be like, man, Fruitler, okay, that's cool. And then you log on tomorrow like, man, I'm disappointed. I'm like, yep, you're disappointed today, but, you know, stay subscribed because you know what tomorrow will bring. Maybe tomorrow will be the hit. I like to say, Jack of no trades, master of none. That's my slogan. Jack of no trades, master of none. I should make that the slogan. But once again, we don't know. I started this journey very differently than a lot of others because a lot of others would come in playing a certain type of game or something. But for me, I came in with no direction, just trying to do things and trying to find my way. But we'll see. Maybe things change. If something starts getting a lot of views, then maybe I'm saying, hey, that looks pretty enticing. But it's also stay true to ourselves. You know, don't get distracted by the, you know, maybe some things get a little more views, but let's not get distracted. Let's keep trying what we said. We're going to try different things and really assess and go from there type things. And yeah, sorry, I was rambling a lot today. Today was a lot longer than I expected. You know, I was thinking today, first, I didn't think I'd have an end of day debrief. And second, I didn't think anyone would show up. And third, I didn't know I'd be rambling this long. But here we are. And it seems like, you know, good sesh. Yeah, if you really do enjoy these, let me know. I could still continue them. I will try to continue them. And maybe we'll pick up some more faces. Or maybe people will be seeing stuff. And I do apologize, you know, if I do start an end of day debrief and I don't really have anything to say and I kind of just say the same things, and like, you don't have to stay the whole time. You don't have to, there's no pressure to, you know, come online or whatever. It's like, that's just kind of the space I'm at the moment. So it's all up to you. I won't feel any offense, or you don't have to care what I really feel. It's just whatever you want to do. But yeah, I think it was good. Today was good. Thank you all for hearing me out, and I'll try to host one tomorrow again, and we'll see. We're going day by day. But once again, I thank you so much. Even if you're listening now, or if you're listening in the future, or you're not listening at all, no problem. I thank you all so much for your support. I am very, very small, but now you have to extend it. Oh man, you just joined. Well, you can catch us tomorrow. I'll limit it today, but have a good night. I thank you all so much for joining, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow, okay? Thank you all so much for your support, and we're going to keep trying, okay? Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.